Hello all, and welcome to another episode of Craft Noon. Wow, I'm crooked. I'm going to straighten me out here. Seriously crooked. Does that look straight? Maybe it's just my head that's crooked. No, we're a little crooked. That's okay. So today we are going to explore making art with negative space. So that means using the absence of shape or color to define a shape or color. So what you need for this project is a pencil, some scissors, some glue, and 2 squares of paper of very different colors. So I've got black and kind of an off-white. So the first thing you want to do is decide which color you want to be the base of your project. I'm going to leave black as my base because it's darker and I love black. So with your other square of paper, you want to fold it in half. And fold it in half again the other way so that you get a smaller square of paper. And then on each side of your small square, you're going to draw some shapes, but you have to make sure that the shapes don't touch. I'll show you what I mean. I'll get my shapes drawn and then I'll show you what they look like. And they can just be random, odd shapes. And one more. We're just going to do a wavy shape. See the shapes that I drew? You can draw whatever shapes you guys like. Then we are going to open up our paper. Oh no, we need to cut our shapes out. Yeah. Cut your shapes out. Don't throw these shapes away once you cut them out, because we are going to need them to create our negative space art. You could even not draw your shapes and just freeform cut them if you want to. That way you avoid having pencil lines on your finished project. You just need to make sure as you're cutting that you are not going over top of any of the other shapes that you are going to be cutting. I'm going to do my crown. Boring part where I don't have much to say to you guys. What's new? How's life treating you? Have you been to the library yet? Did you know that we are open late again on weeknights? Monday through Thursday we're open until 8 o'clock now. So hopefully you guys have more time to come and see us. Bring a mask, or we have some masks available here for you. Here we go, last shape being cut. There, so I've cut all my shapes, saved all my shapes, and now we want to open this up and cut our 4 sections apart. So just cut along those fold lines. See how interesting it already looks? So just cut along where you have folded. And you want to keep it flat on your black piece of paper. Keep the layout the same. Don't let the pieces get mixed up. One more to snip apart. Now, this is where things get interesting. So you've got all 4 quadrants laid out on top of your black paper. I hope you guys can see how this is working. I'm going to clear some stuff away, bring it up and right about there. I'm going to tilt the camera down a bit so you can actually see what I'm doing here. There. That's a better angle. I almost need like 2 cameras and maybe a cameraman. So we've got our 4 quadrants laid out there. So you need to decide which 2 you want to leave, because we're only going to keep the corner quadrants, 2 of them. So you can pull this away, and you can pull this away. Now for the rest, actually no, let's leave them there for a minute, because what we're going to do is we're going to fill 2 of these quadrants with some of these shapes. So I think I'm going to fill this quadrant and this quadrant with the shapes, kind of like puzzle pieces that we just took out of there. There and there. Now we need a crown, and this one can go up here. And there's our crowns, we'll cut those apart. And a crown, like that. Oh, it needs to be flipped over. You want them to fit in like puzzles, so you can't see any black space in between, so you gotta make sure they're oriented properly. And what do we need? The ones that kind of look like steps. There and there. Oh, we need another crown right here. Oh, it needs to be flipped. It doesn't fit in perfectly. And now we need waves. There. And there. So now where you have laid in all the pieces, that's where we're going to take out the centerpiece, the base that we cut. So we leave these ones empty. If you want to, you can actually start gluing these down. I'm going to, because it'll make it easier to find final placement for the pieces that don't have a base to them. So, it's making sure you line up with the edges of your black paper. Glue this piece down. Make sure you use enough glue. Our glue sticks haven't been used enough lately, and they're kind of drying up a bit. And this one needs to get glued down as well. Oh, this way. This is the way. It's touching the edges. Now we can take this off. Do you kind of see what I mean about negative space? And we glue these pieces down beside their mates on the opposite side. There. And the crown goes here. I'm being kind of messy with my glue, but it's just because I'm trying to get this done in a timely fashion for you guys. There. And here. I'd suggest using more glue than what I've been using for your finished project to make sure all your edges are stuck down. But like I said, now we take this centerpiece off and start gluing these shapes down. The nice thing about this kind of artwork is that it looks different every time you do it, because you're not going to draw exactly the same shapes every time you make one. And this guy and our little wavy thing. And I'll hold it up for you so you guys can see. Like I said, use a little bit more glue than I did. Make sure they're stuck really well. And there you go. That's some super cool negative space art. Thanks for joining me, guys, for Crafternoon again. I'm just going to lay down right here because it's easier than futzing around with the iPad. But we'll see you again next week. Take care, everybody.